Guys, never start the engine. Never, 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 never! Yeah, there is literally no wind at all. I messed up. Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Giuseppe and this is Maruzza. So after months in the shipyard, a few days ago I finally launched the Maruzza into the sea. From here on it will be about 1,000 miles of sea trials to prepare for a voyage to the heart of the African coasts. So a few days ago I finally left Salamina. We set off and officially the starting point is Bufalo, which is a tiny village in a very narrow bay on the east coast of Evia Island. From here we will head north and see how Maruzza behaves. I know my project is very ambitious, and I also know it could end badly. Behind me there is an abandoned boat. It must have been beautiful once, and I wonder how many dreams got broken when the boat was finally left here. But enough talk, let's set sails. As soon as the wind picks up a little, hopefully from the right direction, from shore to open water and not the other way, since we are very close to land, we hoist the jib and mainsail and set off under sail. This boat almost never goes by engine, as those who know me are well aware. For me it is a matter of personal pride and enjoyment, and it also keeps my sailing skills sharp, which is important in any situation. I have to say, this start is a bit slow. Usually it is much livelier because there is more wind. This time, nothing at all. But actually you learn more about sailing when there is no wind than when there is plenty. After all, anyone can sail when the wind is strong. There is wind. When there isn't, you have to be careful, and that's when you really improve. So guys, never start the engine. Never, 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 never! Otherwise, you won't learn a thing. It doesn't matter if the boat goes slowly. A sailboat is meant to be slow, unless you are on those super fast racing machines, but that's another word and I know nothing about it. Anyway, yeah, total calm. Enough to sink a YouTube channel before it's even born. The heat is terrible. The wind has almost vanished, and it takes what I'd call an almost unreasonable determination not to start the engine. But, as always, it is just a matter of time. Anyway, somehow we got moving. I managed to set up the wind vane steering, even though there is barely any wind, force 2 maybe, but force 2 upwind is enough to keep the boat on course with a wind vane, with Giacomo. The wind is weak, yeah, I need to go there, but I'm going there. That's the Mediterranean. Wherever you want to go, the wind is always dead ahead. No surprise here. If we manage to get a couple of miles out, I'll tack, also because there is the continental Greece down there, and head for my destination. We'll check it on the chart now. Last night we slept here, today we have to go there. So we need to round the first point, then the second, then head back in. In a straight line it is how many miles? We always measure on the latitude, it is 9 miles. With tacking back and forth, maybe 12 or 13 miles total. So 13 miles and we are there. Yes, I feel lucky and once again truly free. The wind is calm, the sky is blue, the sea is blue, the fish is lying in the water, but I'm not catching anything. Still, it is a great feeling of freedom. This is an experience of freedom everybody should have, not necessarily on a boat. Very often people get scared and get stuck in their ports. Ports that may be cities, relationships, sometimes safe, sometimes pleasant, but still limiting. Of course, the wind is coming exactly from where we need to go. We will do a long tack near the Greek mainland, and then tack again and get close to our destination. But who knows, maybe the wind shifts and maybe it all speeds up. Now, when the wind arrives, it really feels like I have won the lottery. I mean, if I won 50 million euros, I'd live off the interest, right? That's how I feel, rich and lazy. But this is the Mediterranean, where dead calm reigns. No, I had to give up. There is absolutely no wind, not even a breeze. I tried even with the gennaker, I tried everything I had, but nothing. I had to start the engine. I'm not happy, but really there is nothing else I can do. The heat is brutal. The sky and the sea look like molten lead. Everything burns, and I barely survive in the shade of the mainsail. I've never had this kind of heat in Greece. Then, out of nowhere, the wind comes back, and the hunt for it begins again. But first, I need to figure out what went wrong. I got trapped in a zero-wind zone. I really did a total strategic mistake. I made a long tack toward the mainland, then I turned back, but I sailed straight into a dead calm. The wind just wouldn't come back. I stayed there a couple of hours, baking in the sun, until I just couldn't take it anymore. I turned the engine, motored maybe a couple of miles, and I finally found some wind again. I put the sails back up, but I really made a mistake. Another boat near me didn't do it, and they tacked earlier, stayed in the wind, and they never had to start the engine. I mean, good for them. I messed up. Right now, though, I feel like I am back in business. Well, not really. My brain is melting, and if I don't die today, it means I am literally fireproof. But as they say, misery has no end. I managed maybe 3-4 miles under sail with this super light breeze, force 1 or 2, and then nothing. Flat calm. So I had to turn the engine on. Whatever, I do what I can. Anyway, in the end, after one last stretch with the engine, I made it to the port of Kymi. More dead than alive, half sunstroke and brain fried. Anyway, guys, somehow I made it, but I killed myself in the sun and I'm half dead. So I'm gonna grab an ice cream, I get something to drink, and then I'm shutting off all communications for the day. Ciao. Tonight, I'll sleep here. Tomorrow, we'll see if I've got fever. I think I die today.
Hey bro, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and let's get high on likes!
But strangely enough, the next day I'm still alive. I have to get out of the port before it turns into a blazing furnace. Not a breath of wind. I hoist the mainsail just to remind myself I am on a sailboat, but I have to use the engine again. Zero wind. Which is unusual for the Aegean, at least for the Aegean Sea I know. I mean, normally there is tons of wind, even too much, way too much. Honestly, it feels like I am in a dystopian film. The water is still, the sky grey. It feels like we are on a dying planet, and yet we are on Earth, which maybe really is dying. Doing anything in this heat is a torture. And I can only manage to eat dried olives, which, by the way, are delicious. But things change, and at sea you are never truly alone. Somehow these creatures, so different from us, feel drawn to us. Anyway, they are magnificent, and they say they bring good luck. Today, they certainly bring me childlike wonder. The day is ending and I'm dropping anchor in a spot that is not even in the pilot book. I hope it is allowed. And I'm just 2 steps from Chalkis. Tomorrow I will reach Chalkis, stop at the boatyard and do the paperwork for the bridge, because yes, you need to do the paperwork, and then the Aegean Sea opens up on the other side. By the way, guys, I was thinking about the wind vane. I built it myself years ago and it works great. It is like an extension of my mind. All my ideas went into it. I have to say I learned all the principles from an old book called Wind Vane Steering and Autopilot. But I really designed and built the whole structure, all the little bits and pieces. It is like having a good friend on board, and it is a part of me, something that got detached from my body, steering the boat 24 hours a day. I almost never touch the tiller anymore, I have to say. And I must say, it is thanks to Giacomo that I can handle all the sail changes by myself and keep the boat safe without too much effort. Grazie, Giacomo. It has been a pretty hellish day, between no wind and little wind, but I'm about to drop anchor, and that scientifically proves I have arrived. Okay guys, here the place is ugly with big and horrible buildings, but hey, what can I do? It's part of the trip. This is it for now, and I'm gonna go and take some well-deserved rest, even if the view is not great. So, that's all for today, and I hope to see you in the next video. But if not here on this channel, then I see you in Chalkis battling against the strongest tidal currents in the Mediterranean. Ciao!